All right, hello everyone. Coming on today because I have a few people that are wondering how exactly to navigate the different websites for checking filtration certifications. So if you're looking for water filters and you're not sure if they're actually certified, there's two main websites that I recommend. In this video, we're going to go through NSFs. The other one is WQA, the Water Quality Association. So you can go to WQA.org or NSF.org. So I'm going to walk you through the process of searching for filtration companies, finding their models of what they offer, and then seeing the actual specs of what they've been certified to, which models have been certified to what contaminants, and how to read and understand everything that's listed because it can get quite confusing for some. So first, we're going to start off by going to nsf.org, and then we're going to click on Certified Products and Systems. So here it asks for a company name. Now we're going to use Multipure. Multipure, I have found to be the NSF certified to reduce the widest range of contaminants. They are not an RO system. They're a compressed carbon block style system. But the nice thing about that is they leave the minerals in the water. So it works very well for your Kangen water machine. Okay, so we're going to go to Multipure. We're going to hit search. And you'll see here, there's a few hits here. So the number of matching manufacturers, 4, but it's all the same manufacturer. It's just the different standards that they have been tested and certified to. So this first one here, we'll click on drinking water treatment units, aesthetic effects. Now this you'll find is the majority of a lot of filters on the market. They're tested and certified. Sometimes they're just tested. When they're certified, that means they're also annually audited to make sure that they're continuing to produce the high quality products that they claim have those performance specs and that they still do that. So it's a very important differentiator between certified and just tested too. You want to go for certification products that are certified. Okay, so here we see the company Multipure NSF ANSI 42, which is for aesthetic effects. That's for chlorine, chloramine, taste and odor reduction. It's basically it. So it's basically what you find in your Britas and your fridge filters. A lot of those aren't even certified. Okay, so as we scroll down here, we see quite a bit going on. So if we look here, we can see where they are, the facility, where they're made, the brand, the model, those are all listed down here. So we're going to pick one. We're going to pick the one that I use, which is the Aqua Perform. And you notice that it has in parentheses, in brackets there, PB. PB means lead. So if we go up here, we can see that same marker here, PB, and it says it's also evaluated and determined to process weighted average lead content of less than 0.25% and complies with the lead content requirements for lead-free plumbing defined by California, Vermont, a few other states here, under the U.S. Safe Drinking Water Act. So that means it complies to the lead-free requirements. It doesn't mean it contains lead. It doesn't mean it adds lead to the water. It's just it's in compliance with that standard. This parentheses up here for 1, we'll notice as we get into the service cycle in gallons, that means how many gallons these filters are rated for and certified to. We see a parentheses in 1 here, and that is right here. That's claims of capacity or rated service cycle are not applicable for mechanical filtration. What that means is they're not testing the filter's ability at that amount to see if it's removing things like sediment, silt, sand, the big particle things. So typically, if you have a lot of sediment or silt, sand, things of that sort in your water, you preferably, I would recommend having a sediment filter ahead of this filter. So it'd be the first stage, and that'll help remove a lot of the heavy, big particles in your water so that the other filter that you get would do the heavy lifting for removing contaminants and, chemicals, things of that sort. So that's what that parentheses mean. So as we see here, they've plumbed it into a separate tap. This is how they tested them. The Aqua Perform. Here, this is the model for the filter itself, the replacement element. So they tested it in this system, but this is the model that is being certified here. And if you go on their site, you can see under replacement filters, that's the model number, the SKU number of what you would buy. Now, the service life, the rating is 600 gallons. Again, they're not rating it based on sediment removal. The flow rate, this is how many gallons a minute can go through this system and what they've certified it to. This is also very important because you don't want to exceed this, because if you're pushing the water through the filter too fast, you may not have the same performance. It needs time to get through the filter. So that's why they have service flow rates as well listed here. And as we can see here, then they have, and I know it's very busy here, but if we just follow this across, we can see chloramine reduction and below chlorine reduction, nominal particulate reduction, class 1 for taste and odor reduction. And that's it under this standard. Now we're going to follow this model because we want to see everything that it's certified to. So under this standard, standard 42, it's rated to remove these or reduce these contaminants here. Now, if we go down here, we see the same thing listed for this parentheses 1 and this bracket 2. I'm not seeing up for this one, this Aqua Mini. They do have a bracket 2. The system's also certified under the following SKUs. So there's a few different models that it can be associated with that also apply to that. But we see here that CB Mini, that's the one that they tested and certified to under this standard. Components of the filter cartridges. So if you had a bracket 3 for any of that stuff, which I'm not really seeing on a quick glance, I'm trying to be quick here, would be if it conforms to the material requirements only. That means it's not putting anything bad into the water. Now, a lot of filters on the market, when you dig in, they are tested or certified to only this, conforming to the material requirements only, meaning they're not putting anything harmful into your water. So you got to be very careful when you're looking up filtration to see it's like, oh, it's certified. You got to dig in and see what it's certified to. So fortunately, none of these have that, clause there. So they are, certified for reducing these as well. Then it says if there's a bracket 4, which I'm not seeing here, multi-pure water system housing at a flow rate of 0.75. So that would be, sorry, I'm not seeing any of that here. So this has here tested in a multi-pure drinking water system housing at a flow rate of 0.75 GPM to a capacity of 750 gallons. And they're testing for the reduction of these asbestos and all that. Now, these are listed here, but they're not part of this standard. We're going to go into the other standard and we're going to see this a little bit more. So before we add any more confusion to this, we're going to go back here to our original results, and we're going to click on the next one, which is health effects. So ANSI 53, NSF ANSI 53 is for health effects. And we're going to scroll down. We're going to find that same one that we have found. We see our PB for the lead and our one for the mechanical filtration still there. We're going to go down to Aqua Perform. See, now we have a bracket for 3 and for the lead. We have the same model number, the same service life of 600 gallons, 1 GPM, 1 gallon per minute. And now we see, according to this standard, the reduction of asbestos, chloridane, cyst reduction, lead reduction, MTBE, mercury, PCBs, hexaphene, turbidity, and VOC, which is volatile organic compounds. Those are listed below. You see the double asterisks there. Arsenic, the pentavalent type, microcystin reduction, and PFAS, which is the forever chemicals. So those are all certified for reduction under this standard here. Now let's scroll down because we want to see again what that bracket 3 meant. And we're also going to look at this VOC with this double asterisk. So as we scroll down, we can see unit has no hardware appropriate inline installation. So that's just testing the filter system itself with no additional hardware attached. They just hooked right into the filter housing and tested that. So a lot of certifications, you have to be careful of how they're testing it because they test the system. And you want to make sure that they're testing the system that they're certifying here. So a lot of other places, they might just say, well, the media inside the filter, the carbon has been tested. Maybe the carbon has been certified, but then they put it into a cheap plastic that could potentially leach into your water, or a cheap metal fittings, things like that, that could potentially put something harmful into your water. So you got to be careful there. VOCs, category of VOCs includes a number of chemicals that are both man-made and naturally occurring. Water from wells, utilities may contain some of these. VOCs, some of them could be, pesticides, herbicides, insecticides that seep down into the groundwater. Other VOCs enter the water supply through industrial or waste disposal. They include total trihalomethanes, which are a byproduct of chlorination. So it's a disinfectant byproduct, and they are known to be carcinogenic, cause cancer. So here's a VOC reduction claim by the manufacturer means the system reduces the concentration of all the following contaminants. So they didn't want to list all of them up there, but here they are down here. And I'm not going to try to pronounce all of these, but you can see chloroform's in there. ethylene dibromide, styrene. There's quite, toluene. A lot of these things you do not want to be drinking. So it's good to see that that's all in there as well. All right, now we're going to go back to our results because we want to see what else this specific filter is certified to. We're going to go into this one. This is for emerging compounds and incidental contaminants, NSF ANSI 401 standard. So we're going to scroll back down. We're going to find the Aqua Perform again, just to stay consistent. And we see it's listed here. There's the same model, 600 gallons, 1 GPM. And now we see these contaminants listed for certification as far as what it can reduce. So atenolol, bisphenol A, that's BPAs. So you think plastics, DEET, that's the stuff, think bug repellent, estrogen reduction, ibuprofen, Advil, Lineron, meprobromate, and naproxen. So medicines get into our water supply because we take medicine, we urinate some of that out, it goes into the treatment plant, they may not remove it, so you might be getting pharmaceuticals and things like that back into your water supply. You want to make sure that you're filtering those out. TCEP and TCPP reduction, microplastics reduction, that's a big one today. People are concerned about microplastics because they are literally everywhere, and now they're breaking down into nanoplastics. So even more certifications of things here. Nothing listed up here as far as anything we need to look down below. I'm going to go back to the results. We're going to look at that last hit here. And this is for microbiological water purifiers. So this is standard P231. Now, the only model you'll notice here for this one is the Aqualux. The Aqua Perform is not rated for this, just their other model, which is the Aqualux. And that is rated for bacteria reduction, live cyst reduction, and virus reduction. So most filtration systems that you see are not rated for this. And they're not certified for this. And you'll see that disclaimer in there saying they need to be hooked up and plumbed with a treated municipal water supply, something that's been treated with a disinfectant like chlorine or chloramine. But anything that is not could have bacteria or live cysts or viruses present. And if you have that situation, you definitely want to get your water tested and verify that. But a system like this that's been certified for that, that's the kind of product you're going to want to be looking for. So I hope this helps. I'm trying to cover a lot of ground here, but there's a lot when you look at it as far as, what really are you looking at and what do you look for? So making sure that the flow rate is correct, making sure, okay, how many gallons, if the company says it'll filter 20,000 gallons, and then you come on here and you say that it's only 500 gallons, that's what you got to go by. But more importantly, I'd be questioning the integrity of that company for making claims that don't match their certifications, which is again why I highly recommend this company here, Multipure. If you're interested in learning more about Multipure or getting started with one of their systems, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to send you a discount link. I'll also post that below in the comments, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.